What's good, y'all? It's the Demouchet REACT, and we're back with another video. Who we got today, C?
Today we're back with another American reaction.
Get it.
Super excited about this video. If you're new to us
And we're new to you,
make sure you scroll down,
hit that subscribe button,
and turn on the post notification bell
because we're on the road to 200K.
And we cannot get there without you guys, all right? Join the family. Without further ado, let's get into the video.
Hold on, this is a very unique title. Do all black people think the same? I really feel like some people believe we do.
Nope, not at all.
I think a lot of, certain folk think we do.
We don't.
I don't think that we all think the same. I think nobody in this world is sitting around with the same thought patterns. I feel like we all have different thought patterns when it comes to life in general and where you at in life, Yeah, we have similar ideas, you know what I'm saying? Everybody probably thinking about a certain amount of revenue they want to make, or they probably thinking about what vacation trip they want to do, or what sibling they need to, network with, or, I don't know, whatever it can possibly be, bro. Like, but I don't think we all have the same mindset.
Nah, we all have different experiences, upbringings, values,
morals.
Yeah, we all think different.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like a baseline, yeah, but nah, some people are more conscious of who they are. Some people are like, I don't want to subscribe to nothing like that.
Yeah.
You know?
I do believe that we do have, like, when it comes to personalities and culture, we have similar mindsets there.
Yeah, the culture.
Like, you can, I can understand a joke of why a person...
Our language.
Yeah, our language. That's what I was trying to go for. I think we have the same, similar language when it comes to having conversations and how we, view certain things, but that's a centering perspective that you have to create with that person to know if that person thinking like that.
But when it comes to the language, I think that is intercontinental. Like, it don't matter if you're in the U.S., Zimbabwe, Australia. We know what certain things mean altogether.
Yeah.
Let's get into
100%,
it.
100%. It's interesting. Okay.
Yes.
I wonder what the question's gonna be, though. That's what I want to see.
Ooh. All right.
All right.
Not everybody like fried chicken now. Come on.
3, 2.
If you don't like fried chicken, something wrong with you.
I feel like this is gonna be somebody gonna disagree, somebody gonna agree. This is the perfect example of cancel culture.
Yeah.
Like, you're gonna get your black card pulled.
Revolt.
Yeah, if you ain't doing what you supposed to be doing. Like, if they ask you about a certain movie, you never heard about it, bro. Like, I ain't gonna say that you had a crazy upbringing, but at least you should have a perspective of what the movie Friday was about. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, just saying, like, but
Soul food.
Soul food.
My
You
favorite
know what
movie.
I'm saying?
Baby, they say they disagree.
They vegan.
Yeah.
The girls say they disagree. Oh, they wasn't
Strongly.
born.
I thoroughly enjoy fried chicken. I love it. I understand the stereotypes about it. And
We ain't
all
talking
that,
about that. We
fried
love fried chicken.
I love it.
I just don't really like fried food. I'm not really a fan of chicken. I've never ate it, so.
We give her a pass. We give her a pass.
You've never had fried chicken?
Wait, but she said she
have
never had it.
I don't enjoy it. I don't really eat fried foods. I try to eat
She
pretty
watch her
healthy,
figure.
That was a quick one.
Yeah, that was good.
Nothing wrong with white people wearing dreads. 3, 2, 1.
That was a state of the light. Oh.
I feel like I'm always on the wrong side of the room.
You said that fried chicken, girl?
Would you guys be offended if I had dreads, since I'm biracial, since I'm half black and half white? So where is the line? Like, if someone's a quarter black?
I'm not gonna sit there and come to your face and be like, you're not 100% black, therefore you can't. Like, that's not my place. However, if you are a white person and you have dreads in your hair, it's like, what does that mean to you? And you're not even wearing them right. Like, you don't even wash them.
I just don't see how a race can own a hairstyle.
I gotta go back. Hold on. I gotta
Okay.
rewind that to say, I gotta catch that comment he just said, too.
Yeah, so I feel like a lot of our styles are for our hair type. Like, and it's going to kind of veer off, but like wearing braids, it could actually harm their hair
100%.
and their scalp.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas I could wear braids 365 days. And my hair is going to grow. My hair is not going to fall if it's done right.
I don't know, man. This one right here is gonna ruffle some feathers because I feel like it's controversial for what I'm about to say, but
it's your hairstyle.
Exactly.
It's
you feel
your
me?
power.
Yeah, I feel like when it comes to our culture, people dismiss us as people, but they're keeping our qualities.
Ooh.
And it's kind of, it's kind of like uncomfortable at some point because it's like, yeah, you may have locks in your head, but can you really be in the perspective of a gentleman like myself with locks in his head? You know what I'm saying? Can you really be viewed as a gentleman like myself?
The stereotype, the
yeah,
profiling.
I really get tight in the throat for that because I
For
know
real.
what I went through just because of my hair texture. You know what I'm
can
saying?
go through tomorrow, today.
And a lot of people have said, D, how long you been growing your hair? Or what you think, bro? I'm about to put locks in. No, bro. Like, can you really go through the lifespan of wearing locks in your head and what happens with individuals who wear that? So that alone kind of shakes me up because of my story.
Do you understand the cultural significance of it? It's not just a hairstyle.
Yeah, so I feel like we have a lot of beautiful things when it comes to us, but I feel like people take that and they denounce us.
Right.
I don't think that's fair.
Have you gone through not being able to get a job because the employer don't understand the significance of the hairstyle and telling you to cut it? Because that's a personal story.
Recently, there was a woman, she went to a school, the gentleman had his locks did up very neatly, and he was getting, some things were happening to him with the school system and they didn't like it.
Right now in Houston.
Yeah, and then another gentleman who was white walked past the school with locks in his head in the building and they let him go. So I was like, what the heck was that about, So I just don't, I think that's a controversial. I know it's going to ruffle some feathers, but
that one is because... No, that one hits me really tough because that's a high school student, and now they are sending him to a behavioral school, and he ain't do anything.
I ain't follow up, but that's crazy. That's crazy.
Go look it up, y'all.
However, if you are a white person and you have dreads in your hair, it's like, what does that mean to you? And you're not even wearing them right. Like, you don't even wash them.
I just don't see how a race can own a hairstyle. To be honest, like, hair is hair. There's all kinds of hairstyles in Africa. I still don't think that, like, a single race group can say, this one hairstyle, nobody else can do it but me.
I'm sorry, I got a comment. We can't rock a mullet 100% like a white guy can.
I mean, hold up now, because in the 90s, our sisters had the quick weave with the front short and the back long. My mama even had it.
Oh, you sure did,
and they rocked it, baby.
But that mullet would come way out here,
yep.
and then would hang tail down in the back, and then it would fade aside.
Yep, they rocked it.
Oh, what about spikes?
I don't know about the spikes, baby. I don't know.
What's it you call it? Like the spikes, and they putting the spikes in their head and stuff like that, and then they would dye the tips green or something?
Yeah. If
I haven't seen that one in a while.
If I was son said that, I'd be like, boy, stop.
I think people do have certain styles that's like,
I mean,
depending on your hair texture, I can't get my hair cut just like his hair can get cut.
Yeah.
Like the way he got to get his hair cut takes a lot more tedious work compared to mine. The clippers got to have a different guard.
Right. I feel like styles like that, like let's talk about the dreads. That is, it's just more than a hairstyle. It's like us. You know how we had the big natural hair movement in like 2011 and in the 70s, right? When black women, black men were cutting off the perm and the jerry curls out of our hair, and we were wearing afros.
Yeah.
And now reclaiming what it means to us. So it's just
you gotta go in the vote. Show me that picture of your mom though with the bullet.
Oh, I really do have to go in the vote. Katrina took all those pictures.
Yeah, I never knew she had one.
Maybe she rocked it all.
A lot of singers had them too.
Mm-hmm.
I remember that. Oh.
West is invited to the cookout.
That's a wild question, bro.
He is.
That is a wild question.
Mental health is serious, and he is.
Wow.
Now
I gotta hear.
They
canceled Kanye.
This cookout needs to just die. Like, no more cookouts. Nah, bruh, just go home. Like, there ain't no cookout.
Go home.
I'm sorry, I strongly agree because I don't like the idea of perpetuating this concept that all black people have to be the same and think the same and act the same. I don't think he's fully understood. People like Kanye are creatives, and he uses like creative speech.
Exactly.
And some people just take him at face value or like kind of like the literal sense of what he's saying. And if you did that, every creative could be taken the wrong way.
I disagree with that, Deep. Like, I don't think that he's so creative and that his words are being misinterpreted. Like, he's making very specific phrases. Like, black people chose to be slaves. That's completely untrue, and in my opinion, that's just unacceptable.
But I think that's people misunderstanding what he's saying. I really don't think he's trying to.
Yeah,
how do you interpret that?
No, I think what he's saying is there's a mindset where you know, where...
Golly, bro.
Like,
here, so, okay, like, he was trying to say it in the term of, like, you know, it was a choice for you to stay there when you knew that you could have done whatever else to get out, and maybe you would have ended up dead, but it would have been better than being a slave. So, I don't, it's not like...
It's getting hot enough.
See, this is the thing, right? When it comes to artists such as Kanye West, I remember when Kanye West first came out, I'm not too into like hip hop news right now to know what's going on with who would say what. I do remember when he tried to go run for the president. And I'm like, boy, what is wrong with you? But no, it's a mental health issue. You know, he even lost his family over that. So cut the man some slack. You got somebody in your family that's going through.
Listen, at the end of the day, we put too much weight on these artists' heads because of what they say publicly, but we don't know what they're really dealing with behind the set, bro. Like,
right.
I mean, let's just be real. You don't know what medication he's on. You don't know what crisis he's dealing with. Like, we really have no clue. But I must say, Kanye has said some very controversial stuff that put him in two parts of the boat. That makes people be like, what is this about? Like, what... Can you bring it all back in the middle so we can all have a clear view on you? And I feel like that's why people have kind of a headache when it comes to him.
So I feel like people put people on pedestals, regardless of what he's done. He's a person, and because I have dealt with people who have mental health issues, who are close to me, I don't look at everything else. I look at him, the person. I remember what his first album did to me as a person, you know, so I just don't look at the now, I guess. Yes, he has said some things, but also he's dealing with a serious issue.
I feel that.
You know, so
and just to and just to like put a little imagery to it, I like to deal with the canvas of a person's mind instead of just the framework of it, because sometimes the canvas change. You know what I'm saying? People always come back with the pencil or the pen and they try to rework or redraw something that they did. Because you gotta understand the seasons. When you say something, it's not gonna age well or it might age well, and that's just how it works.
But again, I don't know, like, the things he said, like, what you just said about slaves, baby. Y'all know I don't play by my people. I didn't hear him say nothing like that. I'm not,
facts.
Not into celebrities' business. I'm just not.
I feel you.
Whoa.
This is not you talking to Kanye. This negates the millions of people who did.
Don't you believe that today there are people whose mindset they're corporate slaves or they're people?
But you gotta be careful with the language you use. Kanye's an artist. He's a lyricist. So you can't say stuff like that because some people haven't learned their history yet. And some people don't know that it was millions and millions and millions of blacks who fought oppression, who fought slavery.
But you're right in that he needs to be more conscious of his word choice because there's not everybody who's going to understand that.
And that's why I say somebody as smart as Kanye, I think he's doing this for shock value and for money. And if he's doing that, he's setting people back. And that's why I can't rock with him on that.
What scares me is the second somebody speak in PC or not, or they're able to articulate what they're trying to say well or not, that they're excluded from cookouts and from a culture and from your identity. And I think that's scary because...
So my thing is, I don't know if this question was literal or, you know, just a phrase, but when people throw this cookout thing around, baby...
Again, our stuff, like...
We was actually, you know, in the kitchen with my mom preparing for the cookout. How y'all gonna exclude Kanye from the cookout? You know, he's just gonna go with the cousins, you know, the areas of the cousins who y'all deem as weird and they stick together. And, you know, everybody else be drinking and talking about them cousins. He He still at the cookout.
He just can't say nothing. He just can't say nothing too loud because then the rest of the cookout going to be like, yeah, you see why I burned my barbecue? Just come over here and check you.
Yes.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? So it's we know how we would handle that situation had he been to the cookout. Some people want to talk about it. Some people want to throw fists.
And my mom gonna take up for him.
You know what I'm saying? You got your grandmothers over there who's saying, y'all stop that.
Leave that boy alone.
Leave that boy alone. Like it's a whole, like you said, a big pot of gumbo.
Right. I feel like most of the times on the internet, these people be talking about cookouts. Y'all haven't even been there. Y'all haven't even been to the cookout. So how y'all excluding people from the cookout?
But he did make a point. As an artist, you have to be aware of what you're saying.
Yeah, it's
and be more responsible of your wordplay because you're huge. Your platform is, by the millions and billions. One word you say wrong can be used against you.
Yeah, and so again, I'm still not clear on exactly what he said about slaves, but
I'm gonna have to go find a clip and see if I can put it in your ear.
Yeah, like if he was to tell that to people who didn't understand, that would make the people repeat stuff like that. So. And
then not knowing your culture or not knowing your history, I'm going to say that, not knowing your history, like the gentleman just said, that can hurt a lot of people too because they don't clearly have an understanding yet on what happened.
Right, because I don't know why this just popped up in my head, but a lot of people, they will stop at just, we were enslaved. But a lot of people don't realize, a lot of our people, we from the South, baby.
Yeah.
We know where the plantation's at. We drive by the plantations. A lot of our people were still on the plantations until 1960s. Okay? There's people alive today who were still born on the plantations. Yeah. All right? So go learn your history. We tell y'all as much as we can about the topics.
I'll tell you right now, the more we treat people who are different and isolate ourselves even, I think the worse it is for us long term. And to be honest, we're going to drive more and more people to have closeted feelings and emotions. And this goes back to people saying like would you rather have a racist next to you that's hiding it, or would you rather have a racist next to you that's letting you know how they feel and you know where they're coming from?
Cool, and I agree with you. And that's why I'm in the disagree column. He can come eventually once we have some conversations. But right now, I don't need that kind of foolishness around the children.
Around the children.
Police target black men and women.
Oh, this is going to be very telling.
2,
very
1.
telling.
I said strongly agree. It was created to monitor the minority in the group. Back in the day, it was the Irish, it was Italians, and so it's ingrained into the system of policing. And that's the problem. I think we have to reframe what policing is now. And until we do that, it will always be targeting people of color because that's what it was created to do.
I see it as like there's a little bit of a socio-economic piece to it. It's like kind of saying the SEC mostly prosecutes white people. Through like years of institutional racism, where there's poverty and there's communities that are kind of like have created this like perfect storm of issues, like whether it's legal issues, people robbing each other, selling drugs or whatnot. The idea is if you police that neighborhood more, you're gonna have more of them arrested.
Can I ask you, Deep? Do you feel like there are equal amount of arrests happening on Wall Street than there are happening in the hood?
Like the white collar like crimes are I do think that they're less like monitored and less, but without having all the data that I need. But I do feel that they don't suffer as much consequence when they commit crimes.
That's very true. You got to look at the prison industrial complex here too in the U.S. That's huge business. So, and if you look at a group of citizens that have been perceived as no value having to society or whatever, okay, boom, we're going to push them, we're going to pipeline them into that system.
Yeah, I also think that, the qualifications to become a police officer are so low. And it's like, my life is literally in your hands, man. Like, if I get pulled over, maybe that will be the day that I go home to be with the Lord. And I think that that's really tough for me because you don't want to be distrustful of the police. But they're so incredibly distrustful of us that it's like, you could literally kill me.
I mean, what I'm finna say is going to paint the narrative on a lot of just a lot of different things are locations that we be in life. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to policing, like, they don't know my father. And if they do, there's like, oh, aren't you this? Your dad locked up. That's how they viewing us. But when they go to Drew little neighborhood, they know his daddy. They know what school he plays for. They know the culture. You know what I'm saying? It's like that level of relationship is deeper on that side compared to our relationship. It's like in our household, you would rarely hear an officer being friends with our father or our mother.
Yeah.
Compared to that. So you can kind of see the scale on who's getting treated in what way. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of a sad reality.
Yeah, it almost.
And then
I want to
say it. Yeah, I want to say that because that's just how it is with schools. That's just how it is with economics. That's just how it is with restaurants. That's the locations that you're living in. Oh, this is the side we don't have to worry about because I know who's over here, and I know what they're not going to do and what they're going to do. And if you do it, then it's like, you know, I'm cutting some slack almost.
Yeah, and what's crazy is we've lived in both type of neighborhoods. Now, you know, we haven't lived in the wealthy neighborhoods yet. Y'all heard that yet, right? But, you know, just coming from the projects, seeing cops every second of my day, to now living in a good neighborhood, you don't realize the trauma you have from just hearing sirens every day to seeing stuff every day with cops until you're not in that environment no more. Like, remember when we first moved and we was like, oh my God, I haven't heard a siren. Like that is different. Like, we can go.
Can I bring you back? Can I bring you back? Can I bring you back? There was a time when we had moved. It's like, oh, we didn't hear a siren. And then there was a time when we moved. I was like, babe, you can't come in the house. You can't pull in the driveway right now because they got a whole bunch of cops outside.
Oh, yeah.
The SWAT team had pulled up and everything. They did a bus right there in front of my door. Like, not me personally, but like the neighborhood. The neighborhood, it was a
suspicious vehicle. So we had a vehicle just parked into like on the street.
As if it was abandoned. Right,
and we live like on a cul-de-sac. So everybody knew, like, hey, that car don't belong here.
So didn't.
You know, so
you gotta be smart. You gotta be from around there.
Same day, somebody must have told something about the car, and they swarmed the car. But when we lived in another neighborhood, baby, the car could stay there for weeks.
Yeah.
Okay, we look like when they gonna come get their car?
Yeah.
You know, but that is trauma. You know, it's trauma.
Our stories is crazy.
It is.
God,
and I feel like that's why people be like, do this video. We want to hear what y'all got to say.
Jeez, bro.
My father worked in law enforcement, and he's a black man. So there are some law enforcement officers that don't feel that way.
I agree.
However, I think a lot of it does have to do with fear and the fear of black people. So I think that if we kind of address that fear level and that we didn't portray black people, especially black men, as, you know, big, scary guys, that would change a lot of stuff.
But you know what? Another thing that would change a lot of stuff is, I remember back in the day, some neighborhoods that I was in, I moved a lot, had like initiatives of where police officers, they wouldn't just go to the schools. You know, when like pre-K, elementary, the children are meeting the community helpers, they're introduced to the cops and things like that. They wouldn't just go to the schools, but they would go into the neighborhoods, just walk the neighborhoods and get to know the people. Especially since, you know, minority neighborhoods are policed more. Those initiatives like that, they need to revitalize programs like that.
Yeah.
So where the police actually get to know the people that they are protecting and serving.
We've seen videos you guys send in where they do that faithfully.
Right.
I mean, the cops are outside. Some don't have no guns on them.
Right.
Like, they're chilling, showing the people that they're just policing and, you know, monitoring your whereabouts in your neighborhood so you can feel like you can get from A to B without anything crazy happening. It's just like their way of doing things. But you rather see that in the hood or any other location.
Right. I just feel like it just... The only time we see them should not just be when they are arresting somebody or
facts.
You fit the description, you know, like I could go into that, but I don't want to.
I act differently around people who aren't black.
Pause, bro. Come on, man.
2, 1.
Ooh, what is this about?
You moonwalking. Which one? How you gonna moonwalk? Which one are you going to?
I agree that I act differently around people that aren't black just because, like, corporate America doesn't want to hear me talking, doesn't want to hear me speaking in slang, and I am not happy about it. Like, I wish that it was different, but I feel like I need to do to fit into that group.
I strongly disagree. I am me wherever I go. I'm a proud black man, and I'm gonna speak my truth every day of the week. If you don't like it, shit, it ain't on me, that's on you. And I feel like it's a disservice to anyone I'm around if I'm not being my authentic self. No, because my white friends might want to hang out with me because I'm black. They want some flavor. So if I go in being something totally different, then
Let's do different things. Let's do different things. One thing is, are you changing yourself or are you changing how you're communicating who you are? And I'm changing how I'm communicating who I am, and I still remain the same.
Like, do you have a white voice?
Do I have a white voice? I know, Cole, I'm a black man, trust me. Every black person growing up in America can code switch.
Then you need to move a little bit.
But here's the thing, the question was, do I act different?
Okay, do you act different? Okay,
bro, that is funny. I instantly knew it was about code switching. I knew that's what it was.
That started when we heard our mamas on the phone talking to the bill collectors, putting on that voice.
Yeah.
Okay, and I feel like that has been internalized in us. And, you know, now we like, baby, you gonna get what you gonna get. But I feel like when it comes to our verbiage and our you know, our swag, our flavor, I feel like we need to get out of the mind frame that it's wrong. You know, how we start off our videos. What's good, y'all? You know, hey, y'all. You know, we from the South, so we say y'all. But I just feel like we need to just get out of that mind frame that it's wrong. You can be a proper black person and speak the way that you speak.
Yeah.
You know, with your accent and all.
I think at the end of the day, you know, as black people, I think we just need to have principle about ourselves and stand on business.
Ooh. Stand on it.
Yeah, at the end of the day, you won't have to worry about code switching or nothing. They're going to take you as you are because you're a serious person. Mm-hmm. And if that enlightenment of yourself want to come out, you can also introduce that to them. But at the end of the day, it's about saying, everybody else do what they got to do. It's very noticeable. I wonder if it's noticeable from us when we code switch to other people compared to them.
When do we code switch?
Not us personally. No. I got to make sure that I say that. Not us personally. I'm just talking about like other people in general. Like, okay, she mentioned corporate. I wonder if they hear her trying to sound professional and approachable compared to themselves actually speaking it out. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like when the managers and CEOs and supervisors be coming through, they be switching it up, boy. They be.
I want to say, I'm not going to say it.
Okay.
But I feel like, you know, we're minorities, you know, so we're living in a certain standard, a world with a country with a certain standard, you know. This is not just about the United States, but there are standards, and you got to live up to those standards to be a part of whatever organization, job, corporate America, you know.
I just like to do business in person, because I feel like when you're over the phone, some people are quick to hang up because you sound like you. Like, they can't put a face to what you sound like half the time. You know what I'm saying? So they like to dismiss themselves and be like, okay, I don't think this is going to work.
Yeah.
I'll talk to you later.
Yeah.
I'm like, nah.
Don't measure our intelligence by what you hear, okay? Come on.
Well.
Come on, wait.
When I'm in different surroundings. And no. But see, how would I ever be accepted if I'm always code switching? That means I'm always acquiescing to something else. You see what I'm saying? So in order to be accepted, you got to bring you.
Do you guys... When you say code switch, do you mean you change the actual words you say, or do you mean you change the tone of your voice?
Both.
I change how I say it, and I change what I say. I'll walk into a business meeting different than how I walk into the basketball court. So that's me changing to fit the situation.
No, that's not the same thing.
To benefit the end goal. And I don't view that as a negative. I view that as me focusing on what the end goal is.
But I feel like American society has made black people operate in that fashion. Because nobody asks white people to code switch. They can be white in America, China, wherever. They accept it. We're around like Visa. But I'm the only one that has to go around and say, oh, hi, how you doing?
I am proud to be black.
Very.
3,
You'd be surprised.
2.
I know, I got to think.
You'd be surprised.
Well, all right, y'all.
Something we can all agree on. Look at us.
I'm glad that we all strongly agree. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that, you know, we can have these discussions and like still go home knowing that we're family, and I love I love being black. I love that blackness is expressed many different ways. It's not just one way.
I'm proud to be biracial. I'm proud of my immigrant half, proud of my black half. My ancestors fought their own freedom from slavery.
Yeah, I love being black. I wouldn't have it any other way. I mean, yeah, it presents its challenges, but I couldn't fathom being something else. So I am very proud to be an African American here in America. Yeah. This was fun.
It was fun.
Thank you.
That was fun.
You know, a big part of the reason why I'm proud to be black is because for so long, all those years on the plantations, they tried to strip our people. They tried to strip our people, and I just feel like I'm my ancestors' wildest dreams. In the way I speak, in the way I not talk, in the way I speak, in the way I present myself, I am my ancestors' wildest dreams. Nobody could try to diminish my blackness.
Yeah, I love to be black because we loud without trying to be. We here, like you can't not unsee this.
Ooh,
you know what I'm saying? It's just what it is. And
you can't rename me.
You can't, nah.
My name is not. What was Kunta Kinte's daughter name?
Come on, man.
I forgot it.
Don't call me out, Shirley.
No. My name is Sierra, although
Facts.
that's a Spanish name.
Nah. And the thing about code switching, you guys, it's like when you're doing business, I feel like business is business. How you want to handle it, it's just, you know what I'm saying, the profession of what you know to handle that. But, you know, like, but code switching is more so like when you try to sound like something that you are not. I'm talking about 100% not. When you try to be something in front of a group of, you know, people that you are not, like you're pulling yourself. I feel like when you're being your authentic self, your personality is going to be appreciated by those who actually see you for who you are, instead of you trying to create something that you're not to be accepted by people that don't know you.
Right.
And then you got to stick yourself into this mold that you got to eventually try to break out of when you get away from these people, and now you're dealing with self-identity and you're fighting yourself, you know what I'm saying?
And you know you feel bad about it.
You do, yeah.
Yeah. But I got to shout out YouTube. YouTube helps amplify black voices.
Yeah.
I feel like during the time of the Black Lives Matter movement, when it mattered for businesses to get behind their people, YouTube spearheaded that and YouTube stepped up. Oh, YouTube did. So I just got to shout out YouTube for that, for real. YouTube helps minorities be seen, not just black people, but minorities be seen. I love that about YouTube.
Come through.
All right, y'all. So we hope you guys enjoyed this video with us. Be sure to subscribe. We'll see you soon.
Peace.